Hello everybody. Today I'm going to be talking about my experience at King's Dominion in Doswell, Virginia on August 8th, 2022. So we got to the park right around opening, around 11, and we went ahead and got straight to the back to Twisted Timbers, which was one of our most anticipated rides there, and it was closed for the morning. So instead, we rode stuff like Apple's Apple, which is a great wild mouse. We also rode Racer 75, which is a really smooth wooden roller coaster. There is just no airtime whatsoever on it. We also rode the Ferris wheel and Windseeker, and also Grizzly. Grizzly is a very, very bad ride. I don't see any reason for that thing to exist. Well, it's just so rough. And yeah, I really did not like Grizzly. So after we rode everything there except for Twisted Timbers, we went to Jungle Expedition, where we rode Backlot Stunt Coaster, Anaconda, and I-305. We didn't get to ride Flight of Fear because my brother wasn't tall enough. He wasn't tall enough for Intimidator 305 either. But Intimidator 305, man, that thing is intense. I almost blacked out on it. And Anaconda, really bad. Backlot Stunt Coaster, I haven't ridden it in a while. I rode the one at Kings Island, but that was like 3 years ago. So overall, the restraints are bad, but the overall ride is pretty fun. And then we went into Jungle Expedition and rode the rides there, like Reptilian and Tumbili. And Tumbili is a really fun 4D free spin. It is just way too short. We only got one flip on it, and the overall ride is just way too short. Reptilian, on the other hand, was pretty fun. It was a longer ride with some fun twists and turns. The restraints were questionable. I didn't like them. They do give you a lot of room, but they're just really uncomfortable. Then we headed back to Twisted Timbers, which we saw was running from the top of Tumbili's lift hill. So we rode Twisted Timbers twice, and that thing is a masterpiece from start to finish. It is basically airtime all over the place. Absolute great ride, was my favorite ride there. And then we headed to lunch. I know, the most exciting part of the day, lunch. I'm just kidding. But we got Grain and Grill for lunch, which was absolutely fantastic. We got the crispy pork and the chicken, which were both great. And then after lunch, we got some shots of Dominator, and we saw the boat ride that goes upside down. I forget what it's called though. Then we went back to Twisted Timbers to get some more rides on it, as well as the anti-cars and the log flume, because it was like 91 degrees out that day, and it was very, very hot. So we decided to cool down with the log flume, which doesn't get you very wet, but it's still pretty fun. Also, the park was dead that day. It was absolutely empty, and it was like 91 degrees out. And no one was in the park. I think they were all in the water park, but it was also a Monday, so. Then we went back to International Street, and I got to ride Dominator with my dad and with my mom, and my dad got a headache on it. I kind of got a headache on it. It's not the smoothest of rides, but I did enjoy it quite a bit. The Cobra Roll was fun. The first drop was pretty whippy in the back row. And yeah, everything that day was a station wait, and that's something I really liked. So after we rode Dominator, we went back to the back again to ride Backlot Stunt Coaster, and my mom got on I-305, which she blacked out on. She was very surprised by it and said it was one of the most intense rides she's ever ridden in her life. Then we went back to Candy Apple Grove, where we rode Twisted Timbers once again, and I have to say, Twisted Timbers absolutely fantastic ride. I think that it's in the 3rd or 4th spot in my rankings, but I'll have to see. And I just love this thing so much. And overall, my experience at King's Dominion was absolutely fantastic. I was very pleased with this park. I did like all the wooded areas, and I thought that was really, really cool. The park just had like a nice little charm to it, which was very sweet. And I did actually prefer this park over Carowinds. So if you guys have been to King's Dominion, let me know down in the comments, and I would like to see your guys' review on it. Overall, my experience was absolutely fantastic, and I am really glad that I got out to King's Dominion in Doswell, Virginia. I will see you all in the next video.